All right, here in the Niner locker room with the newest Niner, Messiah Swinson,
Yes, sir.
Niners tight end, and welcome to the Bay, man. How's it going?
Good, man. Everything's good. Happy to be here. Second day.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
how was practice? How'd you feel running
Good.
around out there?
Good, man. I got here yesterday morning. I had a tryout. And did my physical a couple hours later. Ended up signing. So yesterday was my first practice. Today was day 2. So, definitely getting adjusted, loosening up a little bit. Similar system from what I came from in Green Bay. So, I feel good. Definitely feel good out there.
Is that help that it's a similar system?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's same. I say the same foundation of the offense. Obviously coming from the same coaching tree, I guess, with Shanahan.
Yeah.
And so same foundation, just some different verbiage, different language within the offense, different little nuances. But I understand the basis of it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Long Island, New York.
Oh, wow.
Born and raised in New York.
Jets fan, Giants fan?
I grew up a Giants fan.
Giants fan.
Yeah, I grew up a Giants fan.
Yankee fan, Met fan?
Yankees fan.
Yankees fan.
Knicks fan.
Knicks. Gotta be Knicks,
gotta
right?
be the Knicks.
Yeah.
Nets not a
That's not debatable. No Barclays, no Nets, no.
My best friend played for the Nets, so I got it.
Oh, who's that?
His name is Tyson Etienne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My best friend. So I root for him now, but
You're sitting courtside at the Nets, but you're not necessarily rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him.
I'm rooting for your guy. Yeah, there you go.
Originally from Long Island, New York. Born and raised there. I ended up going to University of Missouri out of college.
Yeah, how'd you wind up there?
Man, at the time,
It's a long way.
Yeah, it's a long way from home. I was always okay with going away from home, though. At the time, Missouri was a real big tight end school. They have a history of tight ends. Kellen Winslow and Chase Kaufman and those guys.
Chase Kaufman. He was really good back in the day. I forgot about him.
Yeah, he's a great
6'6", 6'7", tight end.
Big dude. I think Michael Agnew and a bunch of dudes, man. So at the time, they had a tight end who ended up becoming really close with my best friend now. His name is Albert Okowebunom. He was a big tight end there at the time.
Yeah, you guys just played him, right?
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago. He's with the Raiders now?
Yep.
I just call him Alberto.
Alberto. That's what they call him. That's what everybody calls him.
Right.
But yeah, so at the time, Albert had a really good season. And, he's similar build, similar frame as me. Athletic, he can move around. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. And that was really big for me at the time. Getting recruited, it was like, man, they throw the ball to the tight end. This guy, plays very similar to me. So I took a recruiting trip out there. I think maybe in December of my senior year.
Freezing.
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
Yeah, I was going to say
it was pretty cold. It was right after the season ended, or second to last game, something like that. And took a recruiting trip out there. Albert and I hit it off, when I was still in high school, and we stayed in contact throughout my whole entire recruiting process. And I ended up, I think a couple weeks later, deciding to commit to Missouri. But yeah, man, it was the tight end at the time, the tight end coach at the time. Really good dude, really good coach, and that was a big factor for me.
Who was your quarterback then? Was it Brady or was it?
I had Drew Lock.
Drew Lock, okay.
Not rookie, my freshman year, and second year I had Kelly Bryant.
Okay.
Third year I had
really talented kid.
Yeah, super talented.
Yeah.
Kelly's a great dude too.
He was like a super 5-star, wasn't he?
Yeah. Kelly Clemson originally, and then transferred to Missouri for his last year. And then I had a kid named Connor Bazelak.
Okay. Who's in the league right now, battling out, right?
Connor's in the league, and then I had Brady Cook.
Okay.
So, and I had
some good quarterbacks.
Yeah, I had a good fair share of some really good quarterbacks. So I spent 4 seasons there. I had a redshirt year my freshman year because I tore my ACL, and then I had a COVID year, so I ended up getting 2 extra years in college. So I spent technically 4 years there, 18 to 21. And then the beginning of 2022, I transferred to Arizona State.
Okay.
So,
what'd you think? Out in Tempe? They had a lot of guys who have come through there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guys in here who's come through there.
For sure.
It's a good program.
Definitely great program. At the time, Herm Edwards was the head coach.
Herm's great, man.
Herm's a great dude, man. I love Herm to death.
Yeah, he's the best.
Great dude. So I went to Arizona State 2022, midway through the year. Did spring ball there. I mean, I loved it. I fell in love with Arizona. I think it's still my favorite place.
Fun place to visit, man. I don't know about July, but it's awesome in March.
July and August is hard, man. That's a hard time. Training camp and everything is hard, but I loved it. I fell in love with Arizona. I fell in love with the school and the program. I ended up graduating from there, getting my degree from there. I fell in love with Arizona as a whole. I enjoyed my time there for sure. spent my last 2 seasons there, my last 2 years of eligibility. Met a bunch of great dudes. Had some really great coaches too. A lot of coaches who played in the league at that time.
Sure. Probably a total NFL staff, right?
Yeah. The original staff that I had 2 different coaching staffs. But the original staff was filled with, Brian Billick and Herm and who else? Marvin Lewis.
Right.
Donnie Henderson. A bunch of former players and coaches.
Some of these guys have rings.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Brian and Marv and
Billick.
Yeah, Billick. So really great staff.
That's really cool to be able to learn from a staff of pros. Exactly. Did you feel like they helped develop your game at all?
Yeah, absolutely. That was Coach Billick was a really big influence. I feel like my first year at Arizona State. There was also a coach named Bobby Wade who played in the league for 8 years. He's a wide receiver.
Okay.
And he was my assistant tight end coach my last year at Arizona State. And he had huge influence on me just as a player as a whole. He played wide receiver, and I played tight end. So, different positions, but just in terms of teaching me and trying to get me prepared for what it would be at the next level. I feel like he did a tremendous job of that. I'm super thankful for him because he was in my ear every day at practice. Sometimes when I wasn't getting the reps, I thought like that I wanted, or I wasn't playing, as much as I thought I should. He was just always in my ear, super positive.
Bringing you along.
Exactly. Every day, just being super consistent for me and being the same guy every single day. So, I had a great coaching staff. Had a tight ends coach named Jason Mons my last year there, who's a great dude. He was the head coach, I believe, at Saguaro High School.
Okay.
In Arizona, and won maybe 7 state championships, something crazy like that. So, Mons is a great dude. That whole coaching staff, Kenny Dillingham is now the head coach there. And Kenny's a great dude. He's a great dude. He's a great coach. He's like, just wants the best for the team. He's super passionate. So I had a really great experience there, man. I'm super grateful for that opportunity.
3 last ones for you. I got to ask you about the name.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get this a lot, but tell us a little about the origins of the name.
So my dad had 2 parents who worked really super hard, and his grandmother lived at his house with them. So my grandma worked. She was a nurse, a labor and delivery nurse. She worked 3 to 11, the 3 to 11 shift, from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So when the kids got home from school, she wasn't really there. To help them with the homework and doing everything.
Sure,
like
she's
that,
working,
cooking dinner and everything. So my father's grandmother was the one who was there, and she used to read him the Bible every day. As a kid. He always said my favorite name, in the Bible is Messiah. So he was like, when I have a child, when I have a son,
that is awesome.
Messiah. So that's how I got the name.
That is awesome. George Kittle's in your room, man.
Yeah,
he's one of the best.
Yeah, man.
What do you think you can learn from Kittle?
Man, a lot. Obviously he's, not arguably he's the best tight end, in the NFL. So top of that, he's a great dude. Probably the first dude I talked to when I came in the building.
He takes a lot of pride in the other guys in the room.
For sure.
Which is cool.
Absolutely. George is a great dude. Yeah. Obviously, he is like at the pinnacle, of the tight end position, in the NFL. So I can learn everything from him. He's a phenomenal run blocker. Obviously, you see the things that he does with the ball in his hands, and the stuff he does, running in open space and contested catches and everything like that. But George is where
complete.
Everybody, he's complete tight end. He's where everybody wants to get to. That's the goal as a tight end, to get to where he's at. So just taking how to be a pro from him, his routine, like learning from his routine, learning his little nuances. I was talking to him today on the field, asking him some questions about blocking Fred. And he'll share. Yeah, and he'll share.
Which is cool because not everybody will.
Exactly. So he's sitting back there and he's helping. He's super positive throughout practice. He's in your ears, just talking to you. So that's been a really cool experience so far. I think I've been pretty blessed to be around some really good tight ends, throughout my years in college and the NFL. And George is a huge help. So I'm just gonna try to take as much as I can from him.
Emulate him, man. Sky's the limit. Last one for you. Niner fans always love to know about the guys in the team. Mm-hmm. Tell us something. There's a lot that goes into this, man. You got to lift, you got to train, you got to watch film, you got to do a bunch of things. What do you do when you're putting football away? What are your other interests? Do you
outside of football?
Outside of football, yeah. What are you into?
Traveling. During the off
internationally,
season. Internationally, yeah. During off season, this off season, I went to 6 different countries.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to go to.
Which was your favorite?
I went to Brazil. I went to Rio.
Nice. How's Rio?
Rio was awesome, man. I went there for 2 weeks. I think maybe a couple weeks after the season ended.
Okay.
So I think I went midway through February, and that was awesome. That was awesome, man. That was an amazing place. You know, wintertime for us is summertime for them.
Right, right.
So I went down there, and it's 95 degrees every day, and
Beaches and
hanging
just-
out and eating acai. You know,
Yeah.
playing soccer on the beach with the locals. So man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I like to travel. I've been big into photography
Okay.
lately. I have a cousin who's a photographer, and he shoots film. So I've just always liked, just watching what he does with the film. And one day I was just like, I think I'll buy a camera, and he gave me a camera, and this is probably maybe 3 years ago now.
And you've kind of taken to it,
And
huh?
I've just taken to it. So
that's
that's been
cool.
my little hobby, just buying cameras and buying film, getting film developed, and just trying to pass it on to my friends too. They see how the pictures come out. And it's different than an iPhone picture. It has like a cool feel to it, a cool
Yeah.
aesthetic. So photography, traveling, that's big. It goes hand in hand. Me, while I'm traveling, I get to
Seriously?
take pictures of everything.
Oh, that's very cool.
And then, I don't know, man, just spending time with my family. Family is super big for me. I come from a big family, not immediate family. I only have one brother, you know what I mean? But I have come from a big
Extended family.
Extended family. My dad was one of 10. My mom was one of 9.
Oh, wow. So you got
what I'm saying?
you got
I
cousins
all
for
types of
days.
Cousins and
Aunts and
extended
uncles.
Yeah, cousins in this state and, New York
Yeah.
and California.
That's
and just
cool.
all over the place. And so, I take a lot of pride in spending time with my family just because, for 6 months out of the year, I'm working.
Yeah.
In terms of, I have to be somewhere, just one place. So those other 6 months, I try to show my face and just be around my family as much as I can. Just because, and that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I've enjoyed this conversation. Niner fans will enjoy this as well.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you this year, man, and hopefully great things happen for you here in San Francisco.
I appreciate it.
Messiah Swinson, the newest Niner.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks.